Hey, honey, welcome back. We're doing the forecast a little bit different right now. I'll give you all a little bit of an update and then I'll say why the forecast is looking different. So, currently in Valencia. Once you watch this, I'll probably not be here anymore, but currently in Valencia, España, which is so exciting. It's my first time here. I'm loving it. Just the energy is so peaceful. There are other energies, but the most prominent one is peaceful. It's almost like there's been a lot of, I don't know, I think it's the ocean. I think the ocean brings in that peace in places where there has been a lot that goes on. But I do think a lot of people know the peace they feel here, so they come for that. They come visit for that. But I'm loving it. It's my first time. It was on my bucket list, and I had been to Spain before, but I hadn't really made this stop. This time around, I was like, okay, the first place I'm going to stop by in Spain is going to be Valencia. It's going to be like my little retreat, walk around alone. At first, it was going to be with a friend, but then everything just became like a solo trip for the first 3 days. So I'm excited. I'm in Spain for a friend's birthday. So that's what I'm here for. But let's start with the forecast. So I forgot to record it. That's my truth. I forgot to record it. I had it on my planner. I had it on my task list. I had it everywhere. Did I record it? No, I didn't. But it's okay. I'm here. The forecast comes with me. It comes with my channel, my heart. So we're here. Let's talk about June. If you are not part of the membership, just know that we talk about it there in the master classes, and I give you the journal prompts, the homework. I help you through it. You get a Q&A. And if you read Substack, there's even more homework right there. And just a more like a framework of what the month is going to bring. So when I say forecast, it's really what the energies I see available. I see so many, by the way, but I always focus on the positive and kind of like what not to avoid. So if you're new here, my name's Alexia Landa. I'm a channeler, I'm a spiritual mentor and teacher. My idea of spirituality is to be human. We're here to be human. We're here to have fun. We're here to connect to being human in many ways. And being human means that no matter what you love and what you do, you're always going to choose love and you're always going to understand we're all human. So we all get to feel and go through emotions. We're in a world filled with energy and emotion. So one of the biggest teachers is to not get lost in the wave of energy, which is the wave of emotion. Another part of the lesson of being in this school is also noticing that when you get attached to emotional memory, which is that energy in motion that is constantly almost like waking something up in us, and you don't transform it into wisdom, going to get stuck in the past and you're not going to really co-create whatever it is that you want to experience. Our soul always desires a very specific experience, but if you don't let go of that emotional memory, it's like you constantly live in the past or in the future that you're trying to control instead of understanding what free will is. But okay, let's start. So this June feels, I was talking about this the other day. It feels like a month where you're going to notice what you've been attached to just because you don't want to let go. You want others to let go. So I'm going to give you an example. You know when someone starts being mean, but in a very like silent way? Like, let's say that there's a boy and a girl, and the boy starts doing things that he knows the girl's not gonna like. So she starts telling him, "Hey, I don't like that." And he keeps doing it because he wants her to break up with him. That's the energy I see. It's almost like, what do you want to break up with, but you haven't, just because you're scared or because you don't want that responsibility of speaking your own truth. So you make it everyone else's truth. So, whatever it is that you want to break up with, journal a little bit about it. Honestly, it's like it's a very liberating month if you let it be. And it's going to give you a lot more because it's like you're making up space for what's actually yours. And this doesn't mean specifically people, this can be things you do, maybe habits, patterns. Healing is really just letting go of patterns. I go back to that emotional memory. And important dates that I see for June is one, June 6th has this energy of transmutation, almost like you might have the urge to speak up about something or want to show up in a certain way that you used to not feel comfortable showing up in, but now it's going to be just very clear to you that that is you. So it's almost like you're dropping off a mask, but not like a bad mask. It's almost like a fear. Like, oh, I was afraid to show this side of me to people or things, or almost like this idea of I finally feel comfortable in my skin. So if you are aware of what your skin is, it's an amazing opportunity. If you're not fully aware just yet how your skin feels, and by skin I mean your essence, then you're on the path of noticing. So you might that day be just sitting down and saying, "Oh wow, I get it now. I get what parts of me don't work anymore, what parts of me I love and I want to keep. And the parts that don't work with me anymore was never really me. It was just maybe a defense mechanism or whatever I saw growing up." And it doesn't mean you have to blame anyone, by the way. It just means maybe you're breaking a pattern from lineage, and that's what we're here for. We are our ancestors. So that's a very exciting thing. The next thing is that the next date. The next date is June 19th. June 19th, I see this energy of almost like understanding what inner home is to you. So, inner home is that moment where you get to sit down with yourself and be happy with yourself. So, fulfilled. You understand what fulfillment is. If you haven't really looked at your inner home, you might be presented with what is not your inner home. So, let's say that you've been using maybe the outside to feel uh, motivated or to feel like you can do anything and take over the world. June 19th is going to bring this energy of, okay, but internally, in your heart, in your inner home, what are you holding? What makes you feel worthy? And this isn't about making it about everyone else. How do people see me? No, no. How do you view yourself? What parts of you have you not accepted? So it's going to bring up this almost like self worth, but also obviously in different aspects of life, but also the new meaning, the new definition of self worth. What is self worth to me? Why is it so mysterious? Why does it maybe come from such external things that maybe it's not that they don't matter, they do, because it's the way you can project yourself in the world, but maybe I can change them and it would be fine. So again, going back to what are you not letting go of? Maybe it doesn't fit your essence and your new lifestyle and who you are right now anymore. So that inner home. So I do invite everyone to look into what makes up your inner home. Are you someone who's very sensitive and kind of uses it as a defense mechanism to then become people's victims instead of holding the sensitivity and saying, okay, what is this sensitivity telling me? What is my home telling me? What should I not bring into my home anymore? So it has a lot to do about what you keep receiving that maybe you don't have to, you know? You know what I mean? Then the last date that I do think is very important, and I invite everyone to notice the seed you planted. So, like anything you wanted to co create, anything you wanted to work on, anything you wanted to work on in October of last year on June 26th. June 26th has this energy of abundance, of almost like connecting to fear in a different way. Maybe fear can become a tool for you that is showing you where you feel the least maybe good at something, but it doesn't mean it's against you. It just means it's showing you, showing where you might need practice, where you might need to expose yourself. So it's almost like this opportunity to notice, where am I heading? And it doesn't have to be heavy at all. It can actually be just a new experience. And for some reason, the energy of October has a lot to do with June 26th. So overall, June just shows this opportunity of a different level of self love, a different level of, I mean, the world is a different story. That's where we get into how are we coexisting with other people? How are we participating with our community? How are we not judging others? Extremely important. Obviously, a whole lifetime of noticing that's important. But when I say extremely important, it's because it's almost like people are going to be changing so much that you don't want to just remember their past selves. It's like when people start my mentorship, I always ask them, what's your idea of your family, your friends? Because maybe you're stuck in the past timeline of theirs. Do you know them right now? Have you allowed yourself to get to know them? So, oh my God, I'm supposed to be getting ready and doing this, but I get too into it. So it's about really, it's like you're sweeping the energy out of your house. That's the image I get. You're sweeping energy out of your house. You're sweeping old dust. You are allowing new things to come in. The world is shifting. It's how can it's shaky, but not in a fear mongering way, in a way where, oh, we're noticing what we truly want to connect to, what we truly want to experience, what we don't want to experience anymore. So it feels very radical. Like everyone has radical ideas. So I do invite you to avoid any radical reaction this month. Avoid always, but this month there's going to be a little bit of a confidence boost. July as well. So when there's confidence boost, then the discernment is lower. So I do invite everyone to discern extra hard this month and July. Also, avoid blaming people for your feelings this month, because sometimes the way someone makes you feel, it's not that they're making you feel that, it's that whatever they give you or whatever they express triggers something in you. So I invite you to, instead of saying, oh, they made me feel this way, or he makes me feel that way, or that person, instead change it for, or I suggest you use, when I'm around this person and they do this specific thing, I feel that way. I instantly connect to this energy and this emotion. What is that telling me about me? What is my intention around them? Why does it feel so strongly? And go from there, because the only way to change anything is by taking in the responsibility that is truly yours, or noticing the responsibility that is not yours. Sometimes being in relationships where you're too self aware and they're not can be toxic. So watch out for those as well. Overall, I do see that a lot of people are going to be noticing their true feelings versus the emotions that they were pushing themselves towards. So if you randomly are like, I can't hold this anymore, I feel sad or I feel mad, or oh my God, I'm holding anger within, or oh my God, I've been so happy. Why do I spend my days like I'm sad? That's June. It's like the truth is coming out, which is kind of amazing. It's an opportunity. So, if you're ready to let the truth come out and not be afraid of your own truth, not be afraid that life can be uncomfortable sometimes, you're really going to enjoy the month. Spirituality isn't about I'm always happy and I always have what I want. Spirituality is about as the waves hit me, I get wiser, I recognize myself more, and it has less of an impact. And the waves start being a surf where I don't even feel like the negativity is getting to me, but instead I'm building from it. So I become so abundant, so abundant. Someone was talking to me about envy the other day. They were like, oh my God, I always experience envy from others. And it was like, just say out loud, set the intention. Every time someone mentions my name, abundance comes tenfold towards me, no matter what their intention is. Simple. Set an intention. Intention is everything. Intention is really about holding the power of your energy rather than waiting to see what others want to give you or not give you. That's why you understand you're coexisting and you don't make everything about you. Because not everything is about you. Not everyone can like you. Not everyone can be a fan of you. As in, like, oh my God, I love their energy. No, we're all here to be different. We're not all compatible. So notice what you're attaching to. What are you attaching to and why? This month has amazing opportunities. Check my Substack for the journal prompts. Join my membership so that you can get guidance in whatever level you want, or get a one on one. I opened up a lot of one on ones for this summer, which I'm so excited about. Now, today, changing the topic, we're done with forecast. I'm very excited. I'm gonna go see La Plaza de la Virgen. I think that's what it's called. Also, the cathedrals. I'm gonna go get some agua de Valencia. I'm going to eat some paella. I'm very excited. Yesterday was my first full day, and I was like, oh my God, I need to be a tourist. My idea of being a tourist for the first day in a place is going shopping because you always find such different things in every place you go. It's like every store, even if it's the same, it's so different. So that was my day yesterday. A lot of shopping, a lot of sending my mom and my sister pictures. What do I get? It was like, I need you girls. So it was fun. And I did get a couple of stuff, but I'll be in other cities. So I also want to wait and see what else find over there. But okay, my loves. I trust you're going to have an amazing June, an amazing time to let simplicity just take over your life. Notice what true fun is for you. Sometimes what used to be fun and joyful changes, you know? One thing is your essence, another thing is attachment of identity. So notice what you're attaching to so you can keep on going, keep on growing, keep on expanding. Something I do see is how there are so many fake options in the inner dialogue sometimes. And fake options to me is truly not just what's not congruent in your life, but whatever other people are doing that you start comparing yourself to. So ask yourself, How many fake options do I have? How many times do I fight myself after telling myself I was going to do something, but then I give myself 20 fake options? Just because someone else is doing it doesn't mean I promised myself I would do that. Maybe I promised myself I would eat breakfast instead of skipping it. But then I saw someone skip it and I compared to myself, so I skipped it. That's just a very simple example. How are you loving yourself so deeply that you stay true to that, to what you promised yourself? I am excited because I think we're finally moving from this obsession of healing to embodiment. Healing is just the stage, and it really has to do with letting go of the energy that was accumulated. Of course, at different levels, everyone has had different experiences, but really putting the words, the right words into the experience sets you free. The embodiment, though, my favorite part. When you truly embody the healing, you start recognizing yourself. You start enjoying the now. You stop chasing the tomorrow. You stop making everyone's comments about you. And you notice that true honesty isn't about being liked, it's about self worth, value, letting yourself receive, knowing what you want versus what you used to want. It's just very liberating. So I can't wait for everyone to go through that because it's almost like we're finally tired of healing. By the way, that's what I do every single day. I help people heal. But that's just step one. Then you embody, then you co create, and then you're off free, living life, going to Spain and dancing. So enjoy. And I hope you liked the new forecast setup. This was